happen before our eyes. And this is really early when Lori and I just started going. So, Rich and Rita have fallen in love with the Super Patch, all their pickleball people, their golfers, all their community. So it's really wonderful to watch Rich and Rita share this. One of the couples that Rich and Rita introduced this to is Bill and Jennifer, and they've got an amazing story. We just spent Sunday at a gym here locally and just patched up this entire gym. It was really cool to have those videos, of which I will put together and share with you. So I want to really quickly, Jennifer, you're unmuted, so it looks like you're good to go. Would you like to share your experience with the Super Patch, who you are, how you were exposed to this, and what you've experienced?
Sure. Just, might put my glasses on partway through here because I have notes that I stay on task. Um, yeah, so I met Richard and Rita a few years ago through church, and Richard had really been struggling actually with a lot of physical problems, and we had been praying for him. And about, I don't know, 3 weeks after he requested prayer, I went back to him and I'm like, "So how are you doing? Like, you sounded like you were dying." And oh my gosh, he was like amazing. Everything was great and awesome, and he's doing so well with his back, and he's playing pickleball again. And I was like blown away because when he first asked for a prayer, he was in pretty bad shape. And so that kind of piqued my curiosity right there when he said, "Well, it's because of this patch." And so then, of course, they invited us to come to meet you guys and learn about the Ascend Brain clinic that you guys have. And, I've just kind of dove right in because all of this neurological and brain stuff and tactile, sensory stuff just really intrigues me because of my own situation. So I'll kind of take over from there then as far as myself goes. So I was born with a neurological disability called spina bifida. And so basically, there was a defect in my spinal cord, which ended up resulting in me having a lot of muscle weakness. I have no sensation in my feet. I can't move my feet. Um, I also was born breech, so I have had issues with dislocated hips and instability, a lot of balance issues. And it's not a progressive condition. It's not something that gets worse over time. However, we get old. As you said, Troy, we're aging and we're getting old. And so compounding my physical issues is now I'm developing arthritis. I have spinal stenosis. I had a spinal fusion in my neck and I had a fusion in my lower spine. And so I've had a lot of layers of issues on top of the congenital defect that I was born with. And I don't remember if I said, I apologize, but I walk with crutches. Um, so my mobility is different than everybody else. But anyway, I've been struggling with not being able to move well. I've been struggling with tremendous pain. I've been struggling with tripping over my own feet and falling. I've had a lot of falls in the last few months. And so when I came to you guys and you gave me some patches to try, particularly the Freedom patch, and I've used that alone and along with the Liberty patch, they have tremendously decreased and at times totally eliminated my pain in my back, which is primarily caused from the hip instability that I have. So I've been able to walk longer periods of time. I've been able to stand longer periods of time. I used to be able to stand for a minute, maybe two, without pain. And now that I have the patches, I am standing much longer without any discomfort. My muscles aren't as rigid as they were. They're much more relaxed. Um, I feel more sturdy on my feet. And this is literally like I'm only about a month in at this point, and I had instant results with the Freedom and with the Liberty patch. Also, I've tried the Victory patch recently as well. And that one has given me extra strength for walking with my crutches, which, let me tell you, if you've never walked with crutches before, it's a workout. I get my daily workout by walking with crutches because you're using that, upper body. So that's helped me tremendously as well. Let me just look here, tripping over my feet. Oh, so the other big thing is that in managing my pain, because at this point I'm not really a candidate for surgery. Um, my hips are kind of what they are right now. I'm looking into some other options, but structurally I can't be changed. So it's about managing the pain and managing the discomfort and giving me the best quality of life that I can have. And prior to the patch, I was popping pills. I was popping ibuprofen, Tylenol, Advil, Motrin, you name it. I was ruining my stomach. I was ruining my gut biome. My gastrointestinal tract was very messed up. I could not bear the thought of continuously taking more and more pills. And that's what I've been told. Oh, we can give you this. We can prescribe this. We can prescribe that. So with these patches, I have not needed to take any of those medications, nor have I had to go to the chiropractor. I was going to the chiropractor weekly. I am now going about once a month just because I do need to have my hips readjusted or realigned because they're so unstable. And again, that's a structural thing. That's not something that the patch can fix. Um, but my quality of life in 1 month's time, even in a week's time, even in a few days' time, has been absolutely amazing, and it has given me so much excitement because I'm not in constant pain and I'm not in discomfort and I'm not struggling the way that I had been. So for me, it's just been really, 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 really huge. And then going a step further, so I also, when I had first started looking at the 13 different options that we have for the super patch, I noticed that there was a REM patch. And I'm like, what's that all about? So, come to find out, well, that's to help you with sleep. It's to help you get into a good deep sleep, a REM sleep. Well, I've been struggling with sleep for, quite a long time as well, a good 2 years, probably, maybe even 3. And I wasn't sleeping through the night. I would lay in bed, basically, my brain just wouldn't shut off. So I started using the REM patch, instant results. First night, slept like a baby. I had a dream. I remembered my dream. It was amazing. And something else that I've also noticed is that with the peace patch, it's even tenfold more relief. So the REM and the peace patch have been tremendous supports for me. Ignite is the last big one that I'm using. I'm sorry, the screen keeps going black on me, so I have to keep hitting it.
You don't have to worry about that, just talk.
All right. So Ignite optimizes your calorie burn and it increases your metabolism by 25%, even when you're at rest. That really turned me on because with all of my mobility issues, I was not moving. I was not able to exercise. I was barely walking. I was barely standing. And so I was gaining weight. And so, I've been on the Ignite patch as well, and I have seen some results with that as well. And I'm continuing that and, really impressed and encouraged that that seems to be doing the trick as well, to increase my metabolism and energy and all of that. Lastly, my daughter, who is 11, she's borderline ADD. And she's been involved in this process because she knows how much I suffer. She knows how, what the road has been like for me these last few years. And so I've been including her in on the process. And she saw that there was a focus patch. And so we started talking about that with school because with her having borderline ADD, by the afternoon, she just can't focus in school. She was really struggling, particularly in science classes and some of the other classes that don't come super easy to her. And so I started putting the focus patch on her every morning before school. And she noticed right away. She came home the very first day, put it on her and said, Mom, this was just amazing. I was able to focus so well in my science class and I'm so excited. And this is just awesome. I want them every day now. So every morning I put a focus patch on her too. So I think that's kind of where I'm at. Yeah, I mean, I've been just a big hot mess and I feel a new lease on life right now. I am so excited about this. I feel super indebted to Jay Dollywall for developing this product. I want to see a lot of people using it because it's priceless. It's so beneficial to me, and I'm looking forward to continuing on with it.
Thank you, Jennifer. You are
Welcome.
the reason that we are doing this, and these stories never get old. And I love that you shared that with us. I hope some of you picked up some things there that potentially will help you know of who needs to hear about this. So over to Troy.
Well, Jennifer, thank you. So it's
You're
super fun.
welcome.
Good to see you today too. So now you guys heard my backstory of my friend Richard Braithwaite. So really good friend of mine, really, really close 20 years ago. And this Super Patch has brought us back together. It's so fun to get to work with he and Rita. And so with that, Rich and Rita put together a video. We went to their house, we recorded it and put it on Facebook, and I think it's kept them pretty busy ever since. People in their network saw that video. I think it's got over 3,300 views or some crazy thing. So really beautiful to see. So with that, Rich, would you please share your experience that night we came over?
Well, I don't know how much Troy told you about us, but we worked concrete together for 12 years, and we tore it up in that business. We worked pretty hard, and in turn, that kind of tore my body up. I'm a lot older than Troy. So when I bought the business from Troy, ran it for a couple of years and ended up screwing up L4 and had to have a laminectomy, and it didn't go well. So I had to learn how to walk again. And here I was a guy that just came back from nationals in tennis, and it was really, really depressing to have to learn to walk and not be able to play any sport for 4 years. Sports is my life. But anyway, so Troy and we've kept in contact a little bit every year, but not enough to get together. But he always knew about my back pain and my struggles. And so anyway, he called me again the other night, and it was about 2 months ago, and said, "You know what? I think I have something that can help you." And again, on my video, I expressed that I tried everything and lotions and potions, and I've tried another patch and gave it a fair 90-day journey, and it didn't work for me. So but I hadn't seen Troy and Lori, and we went to their wedding. I said, "Well, come on over. I'm willing to try anything." And I just got done with another MRI on my back to see if there was something they could do to help me with all my neuropathy from the waist down and all the pain I was having in my hips. And again, the MRI came back that they could fuse me, but if I can just bear the pain, I don't need to get back surgery. And my back problem wasn't causing neuropathy, so they ordered a nerve test. And also I just came down with two double hernias again that tore through mesh. So I've got to get them fixed here in about a week. But to make a long story short, I did the nerve testing and it came out the same time that Troy and Lori were going to come over and show me the patches. And they couldn't do me any more than what my nerve pill that I take 2 times a day to kind of calm it down from a pain 8 to pain 3 every day. So it was just great timing when Troy and Laura came over, and so they did the test for the Liberty patch, and I was just blown away that if everybody who's done that test, that she could. Lori is the one that did the test on me, and she rocked me side to side and back and forth because I have a lot of instability with my neuropathy. And when they put that Liberty patch on, I was blown away that I was welded to the ground. She couldn't move me, and I knew she was trying. And so anyway, I got excited right there because I'm really off balance and I fall a lot, especially playing pickleball. Pickleball is a big sport, and so is golf. I had to give up tennis because it was just too much running. But anyway, so I said, okay, I've got neuropathy in my feet, and I haven't felt my feet for a couple of years. And so Troy throws on 2 Freedom patches on top of my feet, and all of a sudden, I started feeling the maple floor in the kitchen, the coolness of it and the wood. And I thought, wow, I have not felt this in a long time. I was just blown away. And I said, what else you got? And I said, my hips hurt. So he threw a Freedom patch on it and on my back and
your hernia.
and on my hernia. And I'll tell you what, we were visiting for like an hour, and I just felt in complete awe. Now, it didn't take the pain away. My pain's so severe that bringing it down 50, 60% is a lot to me. I can deal with 30, 40% pain. The patch is still, after 60 days of not taking all the pain away, but it's brought it down to a level that now I'm competing again in pickleball. And with the Victory patch, Troy said, this will help you 10% in your gym workout. And I like to work out in the gym. So we threw the Victory patch on, and I was going to go that evening and go work out. I thought, I'll put this to the test. And I did, I superset bench press, and I was always stuck at 205 after I'd done all my other reps. And 220, I wouldn't even tempt it, but 205, I could get 6 or 8 reps. So I said, okay, I'm going to test this. And I threw 220, which was the next plate up. And I did 8 reps, and I came home, called Troy, and I was blown away. And all my friends at the gym were watching me, and they're just blown away that a 70-year-old can do that. So now what I've done now, we'll just go 60 days ahead now. And my video blew up at 3,400 views. So we've been staying busy, just patching people up every day, and having Jennifer and Bill on the team, and Penny Woodward is just amazing that the people they know and the events they can create to get together to go to it. Now I've done some testing. I've practiced with certain patches to get a certain cocktail that works even better for me. And I am finding that the Liberty patch and the Victory patch almost act identical. You can actually use that Victory patch to test people on stability. But having both of them on, and a Freedom and a Peace patch,
And the Kick It.
Those 5, and I can stay with the Victory, but those 4 give me even more flexibility. And with my bad back, my hips are stuck. And so on my golf game, I hit the ball straight, but my drives are 200, 210, maybe 220. And my friends are all going 230, 240, 250. I am now driving the ball with this new cocktail I got. I'm driving the ball 230, 240, and they're blown away on the golf course. So that, with that extra yardage, I'm actually decreasing my golf score by about 4 strokes, which is amazing to me.
Yeah.
I love golf. So with that being said, I'll end this with one thing. So I started the Luma patch just to see Lumi. I started Lumi patch and took the 30-day trial. So I took pictures. So far, I think I'm 8 days into it. Same time every night from 1 to 30 days. And once we get the 30-day deal, I'm going to show the first and 30th day just to see what kind of improvement there is on a guy. So I've seen it on females, and it's amazing. So I'll be anxious to share that with you in probably 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Rich, you're amazing. You're my hero. You know, I like legitimately when I wake up and I feel a little fussy or a little bit down, I think about it's like Rich. He's the most ambitious, like he motivates, fires people up, and living a life fully. So, Rich, I'm super grateful this has helped you the way it has.
I'm grateful for you and Lori. And Jennifer, you're my hero.
For Rich. I have a question, Rich.
Yeah. Yes.
Can you repeat your cocktail, your Liberty, Victory, Peace, and what else?
Kick It and the Freedom, but I don't need the Victory all the time. But the Freedom, Liberty, Kick It, and Peace.
Mm-hmm.
But if I put the Victory on when I go work out, man, it really improves things.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Also add that everyone is going to find their own cocktails.
That's true.
As you experience this, use your intuition. What are you experiencing in your body? And you're going to find the one that is magic for you. So everyone is very, very different in that way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Well, thank you guys so much for being on tonight. And Rich, thanks for sharing again. Teams, I think you got such a powerful testimony.